I met Carol in the summer of 1972. She had red hair, a laugh that made strangers smile, and the kind of eyes you didn't forget. We met at the diner where she worked, and I was pumping gas across the street. One evening, I walked in, asked her name, and 2 months later, we were married. It wasn't a fancy wedding. We couldn't afford much. Her dress was borrowed, the rings were simple silver bands, and the reception was just friends, family, and fried chicken in my parents' backyard. But I've never smiled so much in my life. She looked radiant, like something out of a dream. I still remember the way she winked at me across the table. My friends thought I was crazy. My mother said it wouldn't last. But I knew she was the one. We had 3 kids, a small house, and 40 years of memories. We didn't travel much, but we built our life one memory at a time. I remember her humming in the kitchen, dancing barefoot on Sunday mornings, folding laundry with a smile. She made the ordinary feel magical. We had a rhythm. Friday night meatloaf, Saturday morning yard sales. She collected ceramic angels and made the best banana bread in the county. Our kids grew up surrounded by love, by routine, by warmth. Sure, we had our arguments. She snored. I watched too much TV. She said I never listened. I said she never stopped talking. But we never went to bed angry. We kept that promise. Life felt full, stable, happy. Then one afternoon in the late 90s, a man called. "Is Carol there?" he asked. I told him she was at work. He paused and hung up. She said it was a wrong number. Her face never flinched. Her smile stayed the same. So I believed her. But after that, things shifted. She became quiet for a few weeks, more thoughtful. I'd ask what was wrong, and she'd say, "Just tired." I didn't press. She bounced back, and life continued. But that call, it stuck with me. Over the years, there were other little things. A photograph of her with an unfamiliar man, labeled as her cousin. A locked box of letters in the attic. A bracelet I'd never seen before. Once, I caught her crying alone in the garage. She said she was just missing her mother. Maybe she was, or maybe it was something else. I didn't press. Maybe I didn't want to know. Maybe I was afraid knowing would break the perfect picture I had in my mind. Last year, Carol passed away peacefully in her sleep. The weeks leading up to it were hard. She grew weaker, but still she smiled, still asked if I wanted coffee, still called me handsome even when I hadn't shaved in days. She was graceful even in pain. A week after the funeral, I received a letter. No return address, just her handwriting. It was her final truth. She confessed that early in our marriage she was still seeing another man named David. She ended it, but not before becoming pregnant. Our first son might not be mine. She wrote, "I didn't tell you because I was afraid. You loved me purely. I didn't want to lose that. I chose you. I loved you, not him. But I couldn't bring myself to say it. I watched you love him like your own, and I knew I had made the right choice. But the guilt never left me. She asked for forgiveness, said she hoped I'd understand, said she didn't want to die with this secret still between us. I read that letter a dozen times. I kept it in my jacket pocket for weeks. I read it on the porch, in the kitchen, even once in the grocery store parking lot. Every word felt like a weight and a relief all at once. Was I angry? Of course. But mostly I felt empty, because the woman I loved most had carried a secret all those years, and now she was gone. No questions, no answers. I never told my son, I don't know if I ever will, but when I see him with his wife, hear him laugh, watch how he treats people, I see myself. not in his face, but in his heart, in the way he holds his coffee, in the way he hugs his kids, in the way he never lets anyone feel alone. Maybe that's what matters, not biology, but the love we choose. Carol lied to me, but she also gave me a life I'd never trade. I didn't stop loving her. I just started grieving her differently. I visit her grave every Sunday. I bring banana bread. I sit and talk. I tell her about the kids, about how the dog still sleeps in her chair, about how I finally fixed the broken porch light she always hated. Maybe love isn't about perfection. Maybe it's about forgiveness, about remembering the dance in the kitchen, not the secrets in the attic. Sometimes I still talk to her, on quiet evenings, when the sun sets just right. And once in a while, I swear, I hear her laugh. And that laugh is still mine.